Well, on today's episode, we're just going to be focusing on Ring of Honor. Now, as you know, this past Thursday, we normally would do TNA and Ring of Honor, but due to the circumstances of this coming Saturday and Sunday, of course, Ring of Honor was pushed back on a Friday, which that's what we're doing right now. However, we decided just to focus on this one so I wouldn't be in too much distress. So, as you probably can guess, in Ring of Honor, we have begun the battle lines for Death Before Dishonor. So the real question is, what battle lines are being drawn for championship, grudge matches, however you want to do it. So it's going to be very interesting to find out. And then, of course, as always, we wrap up our episode as usual with some news updates. Give you guys updates on what's been happening in the world of wrestling, such as what events the promotions are thrown out, who's booked, what matches are set, including developments that are happening in the world of wrestling as we speak. So, let's get ready with another episode of the Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J-Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK, anywhere pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We even, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We even, of course, do more news updates. If certain information is unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We even, of course, do some real-time news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We've even, of course, got the Nike Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us and click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or a nice comment in the description down below. Now, enough of the jibber jabbers, let's get to it. So it's going to be our one review episode only, so let's get started with Ring of Honor. Alright, Ring of Honor. So we opened up, of course, with the ROH Pure Wrestling Championship. Lee Moriarty defends it once again, this time against Angelico. Now, I think this might be either the second or third time that he challenged. But I have to say, Angelico got a little more better when it comes to the technical aspect for this type of championship. But however, of course, I believe that he may have exceeded a little bit of his ring ropes, but however, Lee Moriarty was way more craftier than him, and he applied, of course, the Border City stretch, and just like that, he tapped out. Lee Moriarty retained the championship. Now, we did see a bit of an interview between Nick Wayne and Bandito. Now, it seems now that Nick Wayne is aiming for the ROH World Champion. Now, because, of course, Nick Wayne, we cannot deny that he calls himself the Prodigy due to his age, but Bandito feels like, you talk too much about how much of a prodigy you are. So, however, this might be the opportunity where, of course, Nick Wayne believes that he will be the one to dethrone Bandito. So I will speak more about this one on the news updates regarding about the championship. Now, our next match is Viva Van versus Emi Sakura. We haven't seen her for quite some time, but it's great to see her as, a veteran wrestler. Many of you may know her. She used to run Ice Ribbon and then, of course, Choco Pro, and she's been well known to be the ones to train both Hikaru Shida and Riho, both women who are ROH or AEW Women's World Champion. So that kind of plays it out. But however, of course, the experience with Emi Sakura has always been a factor to her, and she applied an underhook backbreaker, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, boom, Emi Sakura won the match. Now, we did see a bit of an interview with the Kingdom, of course, talking about AI. Like, it sounds like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Even their tag team partners, which is going to be involved in an 8-man tag match against the Von Erichs and Bustin' the Brain. And, of course, the what's their name? The Grizzled Young Vets, who are their partners, are like, enough with this AI crap, But they're still acting like all of this, like they think they're smart. But they tell them not to screw up about this match. So that kind of sets it up like they're not playing games here, because no one understands what the hell the Kingdom is talking about. Now, our next match, Diamante versus Ali Catch. I'm sure that the Diamante is coming up after, of course, an embarrassment loss that took place on Collision. If you guys remember, Diamante, along with Billy Starks and Athena, have lost in a 6-man tag match. And I think right now, Athena is looking for a way to, Diamante, my bad, is determined to bounce back from this. And that's exactly what she did. She applied, of course, the one in the chamber move onto her. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. However, of course, she decided to punish Ali Catch even further with an ankle lock. But Queen Aminata was not going to stand by and let Diamante try to make a mockery on the women's locker room. And of course, Diamante made a run for it. So sooner or later, we will see those two some point. Maybe have a match at Death Before Dishonor, but who knows. Now, we did see an interview with Caprice Coleman to Shane Taylor. Now, Shane Taylor first started out how pissed off he was when he was talking to Lee Moriarty about what was going on between both him and of course, Caprice wasn't trying to stir the pot. He was trying to understand what is going on in this matter. And of course, Shane Taylor's trying to say, then of course, Caprice decided to talk about how much they tried to dominate both AEW and Ring of Honor, first attacking Jon Moxley and everybody else, which they did but failed. But of course, there'll be more of the Shane Taylor promotions, as he said, is going to try to prove their dominance once and for all. Now, our next match, we have Solie versus AR Fox. Excellent high-flying match. Of course, I love high-flying a lot. Really fun to enjoy. I mean, I know it's dangerous, but however, how this was going to play out, well, AR Fox was able to pick up the win by applying the 450 splash, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, boom, it was over. Now, we did hear, of course, from our ROH Women's World Champion, Athena, who right now is pissed off over what happened at Collision, losing in that 6-woman tag match. And now she's targeting Azuki. Now, of course, everybody has talked highly of Azuki, but Athena feels like, Azuki, you haven't done squat. Why is it people talking about you? I'm the Forever Champion. So she's putting this title on the line, and she's believing that she will walk out as the victor the next time they meet. So we'll see what happens from there. Now, our next match, we have Rachel Ellering and Steph Delanders in a Pure Wrestling match. Now, we know that Rachel Ellering in the last couple of months have been involved in Pure Wrestling. Steph Delanders, we haven't seen her that much. But however, there was a moment where she already exceeded all her rope breaks. But all of a sudden, while the referee did not witness, she gave a fist to Rachel Ellering, which is a move that is illegal. First time you do that, you get a warning. Second time you do it, you're disqualified. The referee didn't see it, but of course, Steph Delanders put on a pinfall, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, she won the match. Now, our next match is Trish Adora, representing the, of course, Shane Taylor Promotions and the Infantry, takes on Angelica Riz. Now, of course, Trish Adora is looking back to bounce back into the winning column once again, and she did took out, of course, Angelica Riz with the Lariat Tubman, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, boom, it was over. Now, Steph Delanders, as you know, made her presence known since this is her debut event. Well, she called out, of course, Deonna Purrazzo, our current Women's Pure Champion, and also wanted a shot of this belt. But we will hear from Deonna Purrazzo herself, just to let you guys know. Our next match, we have Vert Vixen versus Julissa Mexa. Now, for those who don't know who Julissa Mexa, you may know her as Julissa Leon back then with the Pan American Pan American Latin connection back in NXT with Valentina Perez. Well, now she's in this one. It's the first time we've been seeing her for quite some time. It's great to see her. Uh, I wasn't too sure where this is gonna go. Not to mention, I was rooting for Vert Vixen because I have met her before. You know, if she ever watches this video, I support you, girl. But however, it was an impressive matchup, despite that they may not have been part of the roster. But it was an impressive matchup. Not gonna lie. But it was in fact Julissa who somehow was able to overturn it into a fireman's carry and then a Death Valley driver, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, boom, Julissa Mexa is in fact picked up the victory. It was very impressive. Now Nigel McGuinness, who, as you all know, been well recognized in ROH, well, decided to challenge once again for the Pure Wrestling Championship against Lee Moriarty. Now, first he said that if he loses, he will never challenge for this belt again. However, he decided to up the stakes, saying that if he doesn't win, he will not compete in ROH ever again. Now, I don't know if that's the wise choice coming from him, but we'll see. Now, our next match is the Grizzled Young Vets and the Kingdom taking on the Von Erichs and Busta and the Brain. Now, of course, we all know how these guys are. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Kingdom with this whole AI crap, which was so getting annoying. But however, while things were being distracted outside the ring, well, we did see Mike Bennett low blow both the Von Erichs after they had, of course, the Grizzled Young Vets in a Iron Claw maneuver. But however, it was what's his name? I believe it was in fact Gibson who pinned Marshall Von Erich by a roll-up, and just like that, it was over. 1, 2, 3. And of course, the Von Erichs had to tell the Grizzled Young Vets, I told you AI, all this other stuff. I'm like, someone needs to whack their heads over that for being crazy. Now, our next match, we have Sarah Leone taking on Zeta Steel. And I have to say, this was another impressive matchup for Zeta Steel. I mean, we know that she has what it takes to pick up the pieces, and I'm glad that Christopher Daniels has her as her coach and all that, and she's picking up the slack where she goes. And she pulled off an amazing move. I don't know exactly, it looked more like a very impressive submission move, and just like that, Sarah De Leon actually tapped out, and just like that, Zeta Steel won the match. Now, Sam Laterna interviewed the current ROH Women's Pure Champion, Deonna Purrazzo. She was disgusted about Steph Landers calling her the greatest pure champion. In Deonna Purrazzo's book, and I would have to agree with her, that how can she call herself the pure champion if she's not even in the same level as Deonna Purrazzo? Because we know Deonna Purrazzo. I mean, we can say she has 1,000 moves and put someone out, and that's pretty much it. So she has accepted her challenge. So this is going to be good. Now, our main event, of course, is Anthony Henry versus Juice Robinson. Now, we hardly see Juice with any singles competition, but it's great to see that he's in it. But man, Anthony Henry, we know he's a blue-collar type of fighter, and he doesn't take any crap from anybody. But somehow, Juice Robinson was able to overturn it, and just like that, with the juices loose, 1, 2, 3, Juice picked up the win. And that's how things ended in ROH. So we'll see what happens next week. But for now, we'll keep you guys updated. Now, there's more updates with Ring of Honor involving Death Before Dishonor on our news updates. Luckily, that's what we're going next. Okay, so welcome to our news update. So let's begin with upcoming events. Now, as you know, we have the upcoming Death Before Dishonor by Ring of Honor, of course. This will happen on the 21st of August. Now, here's some of the matches that now have been officially. The ROH Women's World Championship will be on the line. Athena will defend it against Azuki. And then, of course, we have the ROH Pure Championship, Lee Moriarty versus Nigel McGuinness. Now, the stipulation, of course, if Nigel McGuinness loses, he will not compete in ROH ever again. And then finally, of course, the women's Pure title will be defended. Deonna Purrazzo will defend the belt against Steph Delanders. Now, other things have been announced from other promotions as well. House of Glory, with their upcoming event in Chicago, Fallout, that would happen on September 4th. They just announced the current AEW International Champion Kyle Fletcher will be participating. And then we have the collaboration between Pandemonium Pro Wrestling and Canadian promotion Dusk Pro, with, of course, their show that will happen on December 5th. See you in Vancouver. They just announced the current GHC Women's Champion Mirai, formerly from Tokyo Pro Wrestling, Stardom, and Mighty Gold will be participating. So that's pretty much it for upcoming events. Now on to some developments, and I like to call this section the Fightful Select Report, since I saw this on their X page. First things first, we want to give congratulations to Mandy Rose and her husband on the birth of their first child, a baby boy. So we haven't heard yet any updates of the name of the child, but nonetheless, congratulations, guys. As you all know, Nick Aldis will be in competing in SummerSlam against Gunther. Well, it just turned out, of course, WWE used footage from TNA and NWA. Now, obviously, when it comes to TNA, we know they are in a partnership. But as for NWA, I don't know what's the relationship between them. But we do know the Triple H has spoken to Billy Corgan recently on some sort of anniversary show that took place. Moving on. Avery Styles, the son of the Phenomenal One AJ Styles, won his debut match in GCW, applying the Spiral Tap, which is a move that his dad AJ actually does in the past, and it's not an easy one from my understanding, but Avery was able to apply it, so it's a great job coming from him. Now, our last thing we're going to talk, Zoey Stark, as you all know, was one of the much recent releases and was on the 90-day non-compete clause. Well, it was revealed that Becky Lynch, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes reached out and supported her after her release. I think they were just checking up on her. I think they were worried about how she was feeling being released. But it's great to hear from these three individuals carrying and supporting Zoey Starks. Now, we know she does have a new name called Zoe Serrano. It's still I'm not sure if she has any bookings right now. That's something that is still unclear. But if there is, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, we're done with everything. Let's call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode coming up. Now, I'm right now in this current state, I'm debating whether if I want to review SummerSlam. But if you guys want me to review it, just leave a comment down below and say it. But we'll see. I am going to try to do some catching up with the Stardom and the G1. I want to do those before that. I may have to catch up with the G1 in many parts if I can on these special episodes. So that's going to be separate. I mean, there's a lot of wrestling I want to catch up with, and I don't want to put too much, stress on myself. But let's see how things roll from there. But for now, we'll leave things as it is, and we'll keep on moving forward. So until then, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye, and have a nice day. Bang.